Mages are not the only ones that hunt this spawn, Paladins are pretty good for it as well. Here's Glooth Bandits. This spawn is pretty old and is still hunted on a daily basis on most servers, although it has become less popular than before. You should still have a fair chance of getting it. The good thing about it is that it has two separate sites that can be hunted, but before I get to that, this spawn does require some access, or to be more specific you need to have the citizen rank of Oremont, which requires to have casted 300 points, aka done 300 tasks. I have covered some of them in my previous video, so I will assume you got your points by now, so let's get into the spawn. To get here, head to the south exit of Oremont, and in this building right to the east of it, you will find the glider that takes you to the spawns. Upon getting here, depending on which side you head, there will be a different spawn. Let's start with the west side, which includes this area. I used to do a whole lap like this, but it might be enough to stick to these poles back and forth. Assuming you are around level 200, you won't be overkilling. Which by the way will be my level recommendation, although you can definitely come here earlier than that. But after 200 it's just a lot easier, and also it's a pretty good spawn to make your Emberwind do some of the tanking, making it even easier and more efficient. On the far west you got to be real careful, as there is like 20 Glooth Bandits there. At the start I will advise against doing them all together and instead do it in small groups and kiting them slowly. But if you have life leeching beams, which I didn't have on these clips, you might be just fine. Regardless of that, I don't think you should be trying to tank at all at those levels and should stick to kiting. For equipment you should aim for physical resistance items, as it is their main source of damage. The experience here will be around the 1kk on yellow and around 1.5 on green, a level 200, and it will continue to get better with levels. If you were to be overkilling, you should do the full lap I mentioned before, or you can do the south side. This is not big enough to be considered a separate spawn, but I do recommend it when there is a rapid spawn event, as the amount of bandits here is pretty high and they're close together, so you don't need to leave at all. As for the profit, I think it will be around the 200k an hour minimum, and tends to be higher if you get some of the more expensive drops. Keep in mind that the analyzer won't reflect the actual profit, as it doesn't count the items you get from the Glooth bags, which is an item that they drop quite often and gives you a bunch of Glooth items. Moving on to the east side, head here and downstairs, then rope up on the first hole and you will be at what is considered the east side of Glooth Bandits and also the most contested one. Before the introduction of permanent rapid spawn, this one had the clear advantage over the west side due to how big it is, and overall having more bandits, but more importantly the fact that it can be hunted on a circle without going back. That makes it pretty efficient for people hunting while kiting. As a paladin, I don't think it matters, as there should still be roughly the same to the west due to the lack of damage. But later on, for like level 350 or higher, it should be better since you will be able to do bigger pulls. The experience here at around 290 was 1.3kk on 100% or 2kk on 150%. The profit was around the same but a bit higher. For supplies, I was using roughly 900 strong manas and 500 GSP per hour, and usually will start the hunt with 400 diamonds. These can be reduced with better imbuements, and also another thing that helps is whenever your Emberwind is up, step on a firebomb and let him do the tanking. This makes it easier on supplies and it won't die. Just make sure to give him some time after you kill the bull to heal back up. That is all I got for this video. If you want to support the channel, please consider donating Tibia coins to good donation. Thank you for watching, and until next time.